Welcome everybody to our patiently no, that's terrible. Anyways, we are back, the U.S. Pirate Party, for our what is supposed to be our every other week meeting, but it hasn't been lately because we're terrible. But
We're not terrible. We are humans.
that's true. We're
You were
human.
sick.
I was. Ty was too.
Yeah,
It's
it
that
just
time
was
of year.
not right. Yeah.
So, anyways, my name is Drew Bingaman. I am your captain, and we're gonna go around and have everybody else identify themselves. Ty, you're the first one next to me.
Hello, Ty Clifford, West Virginia Observer and United States Pirate Party VC.
All right, Light Rider.
Hello, Frank Flores from Texas, Texas Treasure.
Thank you, Frank. Yari.
Hi, Rose Klein, California rep.
Joe, are you with us or just? Oh, okay. Joe is our representative from Massachusetts and our treasurer. Um, Joe usually has to have quiet time because he's usually watching the babies. So I assume that is the case. Oh, it's loud. Okay. Mitch, you are next.
Ahoy! Mitch DeVillo of the Chicagoland Night, the Illinois Pirate Party.
Thank you very much, Mitch. Oh, do you have something else or?
No, I don't have a title. All around
Oh,
handsome
okay.
guy.
Okay. All right. Ben, you are next.
Ben ID'd in the chat.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. My apologies. I missed that. Jester, you're next.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Well, hello to all of the people in stream. My name is Ashley Melody. I am the current interim representative for the Indiana Pirate Party.
Great. Thank you. And it's Dustin, right?
Yep.
All
I
right,
should
Dustin.
use my normal name probably. Yeah, Dustin from Virginia. Just hanging out.
All right. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I'm going to open things up to any reports or updates. I know we don't probably have a whole lot of reports, but if anybody have anything that they would like to report back to us on or give us an update on, Mitch, you rang in with a quick buzzer, and then Joe.
I just want to update the board and say that last weekend I was in Washington, D.C. and had the opportunity to meet our good friend Dustin, the rep of the Pirate Party, the DMV. There's no updates past that. Just wanted to say that us pirates do be meeting up. These ships sail. So that's it.
All right, awesome. Joe, I'm assuming you have something to report from your meeting.
Yes. So for the the Pirate Party International. So when I did attend that meeting, uh, I did announce our intention of withdrawing to observer status, much to the regret of the Pirate Party International. They committed to us that weren't going to ask anything of us, but they just want us to remain as actual official members. No monetary contributions, no nothing, no time contributions, because they understand we're doing our thing over there. Um, Liz out of New York is still doing stuff for the international community down in New York, but their argument was that we give credence because we exist, we give them credit for existing and vice versa. Because they exist, it helps gives us more credibility. And because we share the same ideals, and because we're members of each other, and because we still have interactions between each other, um, that's why they requested we just stay as full members, even though we don't have to actually contribute anything.
Okay. Thank you for that. I'm not sure. I think it was Ty first, then Yari.
So, Joe, if you don't, maybe I'm not understanding what happened fully. I've been kind of out of it, in and out. So maybe could you elaborate? So was the United States Pirate Party not contributing enough, or were we contributing enough, or was there something
So,
else going on that made us want to withdraw to observer stat? Like, what's happening there? What happened there, rather?
well, the international community is uh, kind of a difficult community to get anything done. There's a lot of infighting, and even though I'm officially one of the arbiters, every inquiry I did at such a role has been kind of a huge waste of my time. And everything that I've tried to do, or it never felt like we were taken very seriously. Everything we said was kind of brushed aside. V went to go represent us there, and she had a much similar experience. So it was kind of it. I always saw it as like not as important.
It's very counterproductive.
Not as important as what we're doing over here. Even though they share the same values we do, is it something that we're really helping with, or something that we're really doing anything to help or situate when we have so much to do over here? Hence why we were talking about going to observer status, because it wasn't really, yeah, we'll go watch them, but
Okay, thank you. I was just wondering, what I'm getting out of this is just it was very counterproductive to try to mingle with them then.
Counterproductive, not even necessarily that, just a waste of time.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. That's all I wanted to know.
All right, Yari.
Quick note, Joe, V uses he, him pronouns, at least last time I checked. But
I apologize.
also, to the issue at hand, if they're willing to have us just not contribute time, or contribute time only when we have volunteer hours that where people want to contribute time. If there's no requirement for time or funds, I see no reason to. What is happening?
Wait, who's somebody sharing their screen? Is that me? Did I do something? Did I touch?
That is a whiteboard.
It is a whiteboard. Where did that? How did that show up?
I have no idea.
Okay, my apologies.
I apologize. That was me.
Oh wait, that says Ben. Is it? Wait, who's got that? Can we
that was
kill
me.
it?
I apologize for that.
Oh,
Can you
no.
undo it?
I did.
Hide whiteboard. There we go. Okay.
Hide
These
whiteboard.
meetings are never boring.
No.
No, they really aren't. I'll let you know when it stops
okay.
showing on the live stream, but it is still there on the live stream.
Oh, it's wait, hang on. It's in here.
Frank, can you click hide whiteboard?
Yeah, I did. I think it's an individual option now. I'm sorry.
Oh, Drew, then it's you because you're the mod.
It's under the more actions menu.
Oh, for crying out loud! More actions. What the heck am I not? Why am I not seeing it?
It's where settings is. It's 2 above that, 3 above that.
Oh, now I have a show whiteboard.
Okay, well wait.
I have it.
Have you hidden it?
Well, I'm back to a screen where I see us all, but I see a whiteboard as like a participant.
Wait.
That's weird.
Does it really matter? I mean, we could...
Yeah, I mean it's kind of taking up the entire screen of the live stream. So yes.
Okay.
I'm able to click on things on the whiteboard. Is it somehow on my end? I don't think I clicked anything.
I don't. Yeah, because oh yeah, Ben's drawing on it.
Wait, hold on. Oh,
That's-
never mind. I just hit the whiteboard, but I guess that doesn't do anything.
How do we? How on
What?
earth do we? Like, well, how in the heck? Oh, it says it's pinned. Wait,
What?
are we back? Wait,
yeah, unpin it if it says that.
I just realized.
It had the
just saw
option
that
for me
now.
to unpin.
It's unpinned, but it's still there. I don't know.
Who's the person that the stream is coming from again?
Frank, can I ask you to leave and come back, maybe?
Okay.
No, we still have a whiteboard.
Uh-oh.
I don't. How do we close the whiteboard? Hide whiteboard. Wait. How about now?
I don't know.
I'm
The
gonna-
stream is delayed by a good like 5-10 seconds. So
I'm gonna take the
The pirate
time
party
to
of the
note
internet.
this, and
Yes.
I'm gonna write an email to Jitsi and be like, "Hey, yo,
Anyway, while we're waiting, should I ID?
yes, please.
Yes,
I do.
please. Oh my God.
The political
Something-
party
these are
of
things-
the internet, everyone.
Yeah.
wait,
Well,
here you
I
go.
I bumped my keyboard, so I thought that
Uh-oh.
was me. Somehow did a keyboard shortcut to do that, but. So, anyways, yeah, it shows you we use the whiteboard a lot. I mean,
Uh-oh.
We the political party of the internet here, acting like a bunch of fucking boomers, not knowing how to use Jitsi.
whoa, shots fired."
Wow. Yeah.
So getting back to the
I identify as a Xennial.
Michael, did you ID?
Oh wait,
Oh,
you lost
great.
your audio.
Okay,
Oh no.
well, that's
okay.
an individual problem. Leave.
Yeah. Leave and come back.
Still
No,
issue.
I don't know. It might be. Yeah. Just play with the settings. Just don't turn the whiteboard back on.
It's still on, Drew.
Is it really?
It's.
I
Still
don't
on
even
the
have it.
screen.
I don't even have it as a thing anymore.
I'm
I don't-
gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop and start the live stream. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone, hang on. For the watchers, please hang on 1 second. Technical issues.
Taxpayer funds.
Great job, everyone.
Goodness.
We have shown that we are quite competent with using the internet
We
that
are
we
not,
so
yeah.
proudly represent.
Jester, if you know how to fucking stop it, do it. Tell us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never
I'm-
said I knew. I was just criticizing
Oh
all of
boy.
us.
Well, thanks for the criticism. Step up to the fucking plate.
Yeah.
I got sound again. Yay.
Congrats. Okay, Michael, can you at least ID?
Hello, I'm Michael. I am the scribe. I guess the internet hates maybe not the internet, but clearly Jitsi is not very
working on it.
fond of
The whiteboard appears to be pinned on the live stream, so I don't know how you unpin it from there.
I don't know either.
Does it have to be on your end, Yuri, or have you unpinned it already on your end? And
I've
still-
unpinned it, and I'm not.
That's because you're the one that's live. That's weird.
Yeah.
Check which source it's using on the live stream.
How?
It should be from.
So are you streaming the?
I
So-
am not OBS streaming. This is a Jitsi Direct stream.
Are we able to kick
YouTube
whiteboard out?
No,
Might I
it's not
suggest we
either.
just ignore the whiteboard?
We tried that.
I know it might be distracting for the live viewer, but I think for the benefit of the meeting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's
write
just
sorry on the whiteboard and move on.
Wait. Why don't we take
How about we
advantage?
just go, sorry, we suck, and we're
don't.
gonna learn to be better.
Wait, how about instead we type out whoever's speaking, we type out on the whiteboard.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay. Jokes are great.
Anyway, go back to
The only other solution I can immediately think of is we full reboot the Jitsi.
No,
Do we wanna do that?
let's just keep going.
Okay,
Let's
we're
just keep
gonna
going.
keep going with the whiteboard.
Just keep
Keep
going.
going.
There's no point.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so what I was saying before that, Hullabaloo, is that to Miles' point in the chat, there is symbolic value. I'm just going to read what Miles said. In my opinion, there is symbolic value in being part of it. I agree with PPI there. Yeah, same. if it's just for the symbolic value, which is what it seems like they're asking for, I see no reason not to stick with it. Like, I see no reason to switch to observer status. The only reason I argued for observer status last time is because of the time commitment that had been articulated. So,
Well, I have to say to that, V did try, you know, and it's well appreciated. I know they're not here right now, but it was well appreciated. So at least someone tried. So thank you.
Okay, Joe, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, one, I apologize for misgendering V. That shouldn't have come out of my mouth. And two, I want to also say that I just was trying to convey the will that we had expressed here on our vote. And I told them, or where I left it with them, was I will take their concerns and bring it back. If we're all in agreement that, seeing that they're asking no commitments of us, I'm fine with letting them know. I was going to let them know one way or another by written communication anyways. So I think they'll be happy to hear that from us. And I'll make sure I'm at the next PPI meeting to convey that to them, that we don't really, that we'll stick around and we'll stick with them for the long haul. I think they'll appreciate that.
I mean, I would say if as long as somebody is willing to, you know, be our, at least attend the meetings, that, you know, if they're not really looking for anything other than for clout, then it doesn't really harm us necessarily. I suppose if other things get bad, however you want to call that, bad, and that we feel like we need to disassociate for reasons, that we can still do that. I don't think that there's anything that's, you know, making any bigger commitment than that. But
I like that stance.
I mean, you know, if it becomes a problem, and then, you know, those of you who are attending those meetings, just report back, let us know, and then we can go from there. But unless somebody else is feeling passionately about that, I think that's a fine place to be.
I can agree to all of that. That sounds appropriate.
Okay. Are we ready to move on, or does anybody else have anything else they want to add to the topic of PPI? Not seeing anybody raising hands. Okay, so anything else would like to report in or give us an update on? I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, wait, Yari, go ahead.
Quick note that Miles put in the YouTube chat is that the Pirate Party of Russia released a statement on Alexei Navalny. I probably didn't pronounce that name right, but anyway, I'll put the link to it in the YouTube chat as well as in our chat, because it is, as Miles says, fire. And recommend reading it if you haven't.
Just for a little background, to let you know who Alexei is. Alexei was somebody who was challenging Putin for leadership, and as far as anyone can tell, no one has seen or heard from him, but I'm not sure about the exact details.
Yeah, that is one place that is leading us in terms of political fascism and straight up killing of rivals.
I have some context on that. You guys wanted to hear?
Yeah, go ahead.
At least from what Russia had stated, he basically died in prison from a heart attack. But that was just the statement that was given.
I find that answer vague and unconvincing.
Yeah.
There's a particular poison that the KGB has been known to use that causes heart attacks. So,
Yeah, I don't. I mean, love him or hate him. I'm pretty sure that John McAfee didn't die in prison either.
He had tattooed on himself, "He will not kill himself."
I know. Yeah. So, yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, yeah, they're a little ahead of us in that game, and not that it's a game that you want to win. But yeah, it's not good for political rivals in that country. What was this, the guy of the Wagner group that they murdered that they blew up his plane? What's his name?
I can't remember
The guy
that
that
one.
was Boghossian. Yeah, he was marching at one point to the Capitol to try and take over because he had
I don't think
he had
he was
private army.
I mean, this is where I'm like, he would never have actually taken over, because if you actually read the declaration, declaration he made of, essentially mutiny, he was actually just claiming that they were purposefully doing this not to actually overthrow Putin, but because they believed that Putin's inner circle was lying to him about the war.
Mm.
So they weren't, it wasn't going to be a true coup. It was just going to be we'll get us out of this war and then we'll put you back in power, but we're just getting out of the war. So it's...
Well, at the same time, I mean, was January 6th the true coup either? I mean, just because it wasn't successful doesn't mean it wasn't a coup. Just saying.
Well, the difference is that January 6th was trying to put the same guy back into power. This one was just ending a war and then putting the original guy back. Just saying, we're out of the war. Thank you. You're back. Here you go. Back to ruling.
I think a big part of it too with the Russian coup was they didn't have enough ammunition or artillery shells in order to successfully complete the mission, and a lot of Russian soldiers were needlessly dying. And I think that was Prigozhin's point.
Well, anyways, Yari, go ahead.
Sort of moving on from that, though, I think that's interesting.
There's there's a lot we can talk about there. But,
yeah, that's for the podcast. The question I was going to ask is, do we have plans for the conference solidified at all?
That was
I know we had a session where we talked about it, but I genuinely don't recall what came.
We are supposed to be having an in-person
I'll go ahead
conference. Go ahead, Todd.
Well, I'll go ahead and speak up. So Mitch and I have been bouncing back and forth. We've both been very busy, so we haven't had much time to talk. But what we came up with was 2 different hotels so far. This is what we so far get. Nothing's concrete. Okay. But we had between the Chicago Inn, Mitch, was it? And then is Mitch still here? Where'd he go?
I'm right here.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, there he is. Okay. And it was between yeah, that's weird. Between Chicago Inn or something, whatever, it has like 3 different names. And then the Best Western. The Chicago Inn is not my preference because they don't have breakfast, whereas the Best Western does. But here's what I wanted to run by all of you guys, because if we're gonna, this was Mitch's idea, is to book where there is a conference room as well, a double whammy, which makes a lot of sense. Both of those hotels have that. All right. They both offer the best rates you're probably going to get. It's $90 to $100 per room, but you have to book it at least 3 months in advance, 2.5 to 3 months in advance, and you have to book at least 10 rooms to get that rate if you're coming as a group. So what I wanted to do is somehow run a poll, probably put it in Discord or something like that, of how many are going to attend, and then I could run that by the scheduler of the hotel, and go from there. Now, the reason I chose these 2 specific hotels is because they are literally like 2 and 3 miles away from the airport. It's like they're like right there. And they have shuttle service. So if you don't want to walk the 2 miles, which that's I mean, I live in West Virginia. 2-mile walk is nothing to me. But if you don't want to walk that, they do have shuttle service to and from the hotel directly, which is basically included. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking you guys. What do you think? Do you think we should run a poll and say, hey, go ahead.
Yeah, I think a poll is a good idea. I also want to make a note, though, that the deadline for that would be approaching pretty quickly. Does the follow-up question, if we wanted to book the conference room, what does that require in terms of finances? What does that require? Do we need a certain number of people in order to do that? Yeah.
We don't need a certain amount of people to do that. They will just give it to you. But the thing is, it's about $90 to $100 per day
For the conference room?
for the comp. Yeah.
Okay.
So if I could get 8 to 10 people to say, hey, we are going to be there, and you guys actually reserve those rooms within that time under the USPP name, like you can call in individually and just say, hey, we're booking under this name. I would call in advance, or Mitch would call in advance to say, hey, we have these amount of people calling in, and they would accept it. They would probably lower the conference room rate because we're also staying there.
Right. So I mean, just my experience with some of this stuff is that spending $100 for the day of a conference room is really not much. That's not a big ask. I guess what I would hope to hear would be that, you know, we can, if we don't have people that say, yes, I am committing to getting a room and booking that room that far in advance, I mean, can we maybe just book the conference room for the cost, and then
That's a neat idea.
I mean, and honestly,
I could run those numbers.
I mean, we could also, you know, fundraise for helping kick in the cost of the room, you know, in person once we're there, providing our treasurer says we have the funds to cover that when you get a price from them.
Yeah, I could definitely run those numbers.
Yeah, I would just suggest that maybe we just plan on that if we and then put link, you know, make sure that we get links to the address and the place, the hotel, so that maybe, you know, I'm not sure if we are bordering on being big enough to get a block of rooms. So.
Well, they responded. I put in the details, and like 15 hotels blew up my inbox. They were like, "We would love your service."
Yeah.
Sure they do. I'm sure they would.
So yeah, I think that's not. I certainly don't think that's a bad thing. So, you know,
I'll do that. What I was trying to do was trying to make an inclusive round for people, because I understand, you know, I'm not the richest person on earth, so I try to think about other people's bank accounts too. And it's like, you know, whether you're coming on via train or you're coming on plane, not everybody can get a decent rate. You know, some plane tickets don't cost as low as $300. Sometimes they're $400 or $500, and just because they can do it. So I'm just trying to think about everyone. That's all.
Well, I think that's the other thing with Chicago, is that because Chicago is a hub city, that's another reason why it's not that bad to fly to necessarily. So there's a lot of airlines and a lot of cities you can get direct flights from. So that's kind of why it makes a little bit of sense. Mitch, go ahead.
I just also wanted to say that anyone flying into the city, to the best of my abilities, I can pick up from the airport to whatever destination you guys would be heading to. So there'd be at least a travel expense on, say, Uber or taxi. To the best that I can, I would be able to alleviate a lot of the travel expense for you guys.
Also, there's a train.
Yeah, the blue
Well,
line
that-
also is literally inside the airport. So,
Well-
or if by chance you guys fly into Midway, the orange line's right there as well. But also, I will pick anyone up who asks.
All right. Awesome. Dustin and Joe. I think that's. I don't have that probably in the right order.
I think
Dustin, are
Joe
you?
went first.
Joe, do you want to chime in?
I was chiming in on the chat, but why spend the money when we could do it at a library for free? And then, but also we probably do have the funds. So either way, it's a.
I guess now I kind of want to respond to Joe a little bit. The point I would say is we already have to, since most of us are coming from out of state, have a hotel. So I think it does make sense to just do it in a hotel.
But excuse me, 1 second. Do you have a fire alarm going off in the
I was
background?
about to ask the same
Yes, I
question.
do. It's not my apartment that has the fire alarm going off. It's the one next door.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, everything is fine.
It's
It's the other
fine.
apartment building that's on fire. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep your hand on your wall in case it starts getting a little warm.
Right.
Mitch and Yari.
Sorry.
Just to contribute to the library discussion, if that is an option that wants to be looked at, I could go to say Harold Washington Library, which is downtown, and see if they would be willing to, or what the procedure would be to like have this type of conference.
Oh.
So what?
A lot of libraries don't allow political stuff.
I guess so. What I would say as a response to that is, if we're coming in for the night, for the day, the night, whatever, we are going to need a hotel, and it saves transportation issues if we can have the conference in the same hotel, so we're all together and we don't have to worry about driving to the library or getting public transport to the library. We're going to one destination, and everything is in one place. I think that would be ideal, which is why a lot of times hotels are also the conference centers. So just my 2 cents. Yari, then Michael.
Mostly just agreeing with, as much as a library would be cool and would fit with our sensibilities in many ways. I do think the practical option is just booking a conference room at the place where we agree to book if anyone's doing a hotel thing. So I think that makes sense.
I prefer the conference room. One, it's private, it's completely controlled by us. That's just the way that I see it.
Yeah. We and Ty has already done research on 2 places for this, so I would just I would say motion to book the conference room pending treasurer and VP working together on that.
One more thing. We totally missed here. So I asked I didn't ask here, but I asked Mitch the other day. When was the last conference? And let's try to match those dates. Do you guys think that's a good idea?
So Ty, we have to. We technically have to. It's the
No,
last.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. What were those dates? And let's try to match those.
It's the last week in May and the first week in June. So
So like May 28th, May 23rd, like what would you guys want? Like what do you like? What would be?
I believe the ideal one would be June 2nd through the 9th, which I think aligns with bylaws. And so if that's that would be at least what I'm putting forward as the better option.
I'm looking at the bylaws right now really quick, just to have a reference. I'm pulling up the bylaws.
Yeah, sure. I just need something to when I'm
exactly
negotiating with these hotels.
U.S. Pirate Party will hold an annual meeting in the 2 weeks prior.
Oh,
Not again. Every
Sunday of June.
time.
That's. Am I frozen again?
you froze. You're
Yeah.
back though. You're back.
Okay. Any time in the 2 weeks prior to the first Sunday of June, and that is inclusive. So that could be anywhere from June 2nd, anywhere from May 19th through June 2nd.
What about like the weekend of the 31st? Start like Friday night. Like not that we would necessarily do anything on Friday, but that would be like a travel day in. Have our meeting Saturday, possibly Sunday, and then everybody heads home. I'm just trying to think of what, because we could have. I mean, this is not just the 2 or 3 hours in the evening kind of a thing. If we're gonna rent a conference room, we're gonna have it the whole day. I would probably suggest that weekend. The weekend starting the 31st, but having the meeting Saturday and possibly Sunday if we think we need more than one day of a meeting.
Can we please let Dustin speak? It's bothering me.
Oh, I apologize. Dustin, go ahead. I thought you were done.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay, I remember. So
we all remembered.
In regards to the part where we are paying for this whole thing, could we have an option for people to pay individually and figure out what it would be per person if splitting between people who elect to go?
I have your answer to that. So that is why I want to negotiate with the hotels. If I get this all together and I go, look, this is the United States Pirate Party. When you call in to book individually, which you can do, you say, I am with the United States Pirate Party. They will book it under the rate that I negotiated. You see? That's what I'm trying to say.
I guess what I'm wondering is if that's conditional. So like, if you could just talk to them and say, negotiate, if this many people sign up, do it at this rate. If this many people sign up, do it at that rate.
Yeah.
That'll work that way?
Yeah. Yep. That's how hotels do it. They go, if you only have 3 people show up, it's this. If you only have 6 people show up, this. Or if you have 10 people show up, which they really want 10 people. They want you to book half the hotel if you can, but whatever.
Yeah.
But you all you have to do is say, hey, I'm calling in, I'm going to be attending this, and they're like, oh, hey, we have you at this rate.
Michael, do you have something you wanted to jump in on?
Yeah, a few things. Just points of clarification. Ty, you had said that both hotels would need 3 months in advance for booking, right?
Okay, so disclosure, I do work for a hotel. So that is what you want to try to do, at least 2 months.
That makes sense,
at least 2 and 2.5 months, because what happens is workers are booked. Workers do a lot of, excuse me, I said that in reverse. Hotels do a lot of work with outside workers that come in and they do construction jobs and things like that, and they know they're going to come in 6 months to a year in advance. So if we can at least hit the nail 2 months in advance, it'll allow them to at least free up 6 to 10 rooms for us.
Yeah. So for on the choice of hotel versus Best Western or the Chicago Inn, I believe you said, how the Chicago Inn doesn't have breakfast. Are you aware of any places nearby that might have breakfast? And obviously I know that if you do the Best Western, that would be included in the cost of the hotel, but if worst case scenario, would there be food nearby for breakfast near the Chicago Inn, if need be?
Oh, it's Chicago, my God.
I'm sure. Yeah. I realize, as I said,
there's
like
everything.
It's like saying, is there food in Philly? Really?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Worst case scenario, if we can't get the Best Western, we could always do find a diner.
There was another one cheaper than Best Western, but the problem was it was further away.
Ah,
And the conference room was a little weird. Their rates were strange. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know how big their conference room is that you're proposing?
It's 5. It's 5. The one I was looking at is 5 to 700 square feet.
Okay. How does that translate to?
It's the size of most people's apartments.
Okay.
So you could fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could fit 30 people with tables, and there's
Probably
televisions.
Probably a lot more without if you pull
If you
don't-
pull the tables out, yeah, you could fit. Oh man, you could fit probably like at least 35, 40, 50. But there's a whole thing called fire marshal, and we
Sure.
gotta play it safe on that too.
Mhm. Well, I mean, obviously, I don't think there's any problem with that. Go ahead, Frank. Want to chime in?
I just wanted to point out that Ben in chat was saying, "Are we waiting for a specific proposal for people working on planning?" I don't know if we should move on something today right now.
I think maybe we should nail down the date for sure.
Yeah, that would help out a lot. And me pursuing this a little bit, especially with Mitch too, because he lives directly there. So if there's something I can't do, I'm gonna pass it to him because he's literally right there.
Mhm. Michael.
Obviously more days would cost more money, but I know typically other types of like conventions usually are a few days rather than like a 1 or 2 day thing. Maybe we could do like Wednesday or Thursday leading into the Sunday. Just a suggestion. Any like thing between there.
So, all right. Well, let me propose it this way because Drew had a really good, I think, proposal coming in at leaving the 31st. No matter how early we leave, that's up to us. When we get to Chicago, so we're there on the 31st. We're there for that night. We have the meeting Saturday. We have a meeting Sunday, and so we can choose to leave Sunday night or stay into Monday and then leave Monday. Is that what I was Is that what you were saying,
That's
Drew?
pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. Yeah.
I'm happy to. Yes, that sounds good.
Yeah, and this, the cost. I'm not so worried about. Because it becomes a lot more expensive the more days that we have, not just for the conference room, but also for the hotel stays. If we're flying in, the flight is the flight, so it is what it is. But staying extra nights, depending on jobs, time off, all that stuff. It's easier to miss a couple of days rather than an entire week. So, for those of us that work traditionally, not
That
on
makes
the
sense.
weekends. So,
A quick question for Ty. What other? So we have a set of dates. I mean, we'll have to see if there's any objection to that, but I'm down with it. Other than that, are there any bits of information that would help you assemble sort of this is what we're doing?
No, actually, we've kind of hit everything that I've needed to know, but I do need to emphasize. Mitch said that he can, shuttle as much as he can. It's not guaranteed, but he'll do his best, of course. But also, with that being said, the reason I'm choosing some of these hotels is because they provide that. When you show up to the hotel, they will take you, or when you show up to the airport, they will take you to the hotel. So that's another reason why I was looking at those as well. Very nice.
okay. Well, I have a pirate cat on my shoulder, and he usually doesn't stay there. No, I mean, where things are at, I think that's the best. I think it's the best plan to kind of like. It's a good thing for us to have an actual. Yeah, yeah. He does like his catnip, that's for sure. But yeah, I think a weekend, it would be a good plan. I know usually in some places the hotels are a little bit more pricey on the weekends, but you know, Michael, did you have something?
Yeah, just maybe a thought. I know there was some talk about doing a hybrid of online and in person, for those who couldn't make it online, or excuse me, for those who couldn't make it in person. Um, what about maybe having the few days leading up to the 31st, maybe having some online things, online events similar to last year, and then like the big main event could be on the Saturday?
I can dig that.
Just ideas.
It's just the thing. The thing about that is we're going to be busy getting up to that,
Fair.
right?
Yeah. True. Good point.
And so it's like we would be. I feel like we'd be spreading ourselves a little too thin.
Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah, I would like to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we probably can find a way to live stream. Obviously, I think that's something that we can do. So
Any possible way to do like live stream via Jitsi?
we can
and,
live stream
for those
right.
who aren't able to-
absolutely.
Well, what I was gonna say is we can set up a webcam and stream right to YouTube directly.
Yeah, that's included in the conference price.
So,
Oh,
well, internet access is, I assume, right?
Yeah.
So I would assume. I mean, that's what I would. I think would probably be to live stream from our just the webcam, just the webcam, and I am assuming that we can have a microphone and things like that, possibly.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'll be able to attend. I'll that is pending. So yeah, I mean that would be great to have Jitsi running there. Yeah.
As far as you brought up something very good, Drew, microphones. I will do my best to actually have microphones for the audio and all that stuff because I do know some people and they.
Ben says he can bring whatever we need. I think just
There
a
we go.
a very small PA system. I actually have a portable one, but I don't know that I want to drag it on a plane because I don't trust baggage handlers. So I usually only take what I can carry on a plane. But
good point.
Yeah. So just a small PA system for the room, and that'll help with audio for the webcam. So. I mean, I think we can probably put together anything. Those things for what we need. But yeah, that's what I would suggest, that we just live stream it and just do a messy live stream. That's what a lot of people do, anyways. So, Yari, go ahead.
Requesting an ask for objections and a moving on.
Fair enough. Did we have a proposal? Did we have a proposal for that?
Not an official proposal. I mean, like I did, but cut that. And
Okay.
I think it's, to my understanding at this point, it's just.
Can we at least make a motion to accept the dates?
So moved.
Okay. Specifically?
So it'd be the 31st. Hold on, my calendar moved. There it is. So it would be we leave the 31st, we depart from our homes the 31st, and it would be up to the 3rd. But you don't have to stay. It's like not obligatory, you know what I mean? So basically 31st to the 3rd. So May 31st to June 3rd.
So moved.
Do we have I guess that's a motion and a second, you guys? Is that?
Sure.
Do we have a second? I heard a sure. Okay. Is there any objections? Not seeing any. No hands are up. I don't see anything in the chat. There it is. That's we have accomplished something today. Yay.
Yay! We're ready.
Yay. I don't know that we're ready, but we accomplished something. Any other business? We are approaching 10 o'clock very rapidly. Is there any other business that we need to take care of? Anybody has anything else they want to add? Any other word they want to get out there? Anybody has any announcements they would like to make? I see a motion to adjourn from Ben. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Okay. Any objections? Or rather, let's just do this. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Is there any nays at all? Any nays? I don't hear any nays. So we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. And we hope to see everybody at the end of May, beginning of June. And
Say the thing.
oh, say the thing. Right. Vote pirate. Vote pirate.
Yes, vote pirate.
There we go.